It's time now for our Athlete of the Week, and it's presented by Diamond Point and Sauk Center. And with us today is Seth Noll from Melrose High School. Well, let's start with your family. Tell us all who's in your family, okay?
I have my dad, Chuck, my mom, Kelly, and my sister, Lindsay.
You know, I'd like to start out, too. What are your plans after high school? What are your college thoughts?
I'm going to go to Mayville State, North Dakota, and play basketball.
Take us through that process if you could, okay? How do they become interested in you? How do they get to know you? And how did you decide on them?
It started with AAU. They came to some of the games, and then that's how I got to know them, and they started talking to me. And then they kept just getting a hold of me and talking to me, and then eventually they said that they were really interested in me, and then that's how it kind of started.
You know, because, too, we saw you play a lot of football, and you're a very good football player with what you do. How did you make that decision then, too? What went into that?
Coming into this year, I wasn't sure if I was going to play football or basketball, but then playing AU this summer, that kind of, when they started wanting to get interest in me, that's when I just kind of thought I was going to play basketball.
Have you seen those guys play? What kind of a level of competition do they play in?
I watched them when they played St. Cloud State down at St. Cloud, and it's a pretty high level of competition. It's college basketball, so it's a new level.
All right. Let's talk about the Melrose boys basketball team. Now, this year, last year, you got to play a lot. This year, you're finally with your own grade and your own teammates. What has that transition been like, and is it something that you guys talked about to start the year out?
Yeah, it's kind of nice, but we didn't have really any guys playing last year, so it was kind of a big step for the other guys to step up in their roles and become what we needed them to become in their role.
You know, you have a good ability, as I watch you play, to take the outside shot, sometimes pretty deep, but then you also penetrate in and drive to the basket. Can you describe what you see out there and how you decide to do what you're doing out there?
It all depends how they play me. If they're going to seg off me, I'm going to shoot, but if they're playing up on me, I'm going to try to get to the hole and take it to the hoop or dish to a teammate that's open.
How has the team been progressing? Can you talk about the guys on the team and what you're trying to accomplish out there?
We have definitely been progressing over the years so far. A lot of guys have started to step up, like Tyler Bragelman. He's becoming a big role now. Ben's been hitting his shots. Caesar's been getting the offense going too. And Cole Van Beck stepped up and hit shots and been a big part too.
As you talk about AAU, I'm always interested that you play a lot of AAU, as a lot of guys do. What is that process like? Do you feel that it's worth doing, and what advice would you give to a younger athlete that's thinking about that?
It's definitely worth doing if you think you want to keep playing basketball past high school, because then it kind of gets your name out there so colleges can start looking at you and everything. But it's definitely nice because you meet a lot of great people during it, and it's just it's a fun thing to do.
And I know, too, you've had a lot of support, especially starting with Mom and Dad. They've taken you a lot of places. Can you mention the people that are involved in your life in that regard?
My grandparents have been a big role, too. They've been to a lot of my games, and my grandpa used to play, so he gives me a lot of tips and everything. Coaches, obviously, have been a big part in it, too, and just people like that have coached me through the years.
Now, you're a 5'9" basketball player. We see you use your quickness out there. As you see other players play from the pros on down to college to high school, do you kind of pinpoint some guys that you kind of pattern your game after?
A few guys that played for Melrose, like Seth Gieske and Carter Sawyer, because they were shorter too, so I just tried doing what they do.
All right. Well, it's been fun watching you play through the years, and good luck in college, and keep it going, okay?
Thank you very much.
This is Seth Noll. He's been a big part of Melrose Athletics, and he is our Athlete of the Week, and is presented by Diamond Point in Sauk Center.